This is the Audi A1 Sportback. It's a luxury super mini. It's about the only way that I can describe it. And I think as an entry-level car into the Audi world, if you like, it's a pretty good bit of kit. It goes up against the likes of the BMW MINI, but hands down this car I think is better looking, it's more comfortable, and it's definitely more economical. It was launched back in 2010 as a 3-door hatchback, and then in 2011 Audi brought out the 5-door version of this. 2019 they had a second generation, a big revamp of the car, but sadly they dropped the 3-door version and kept just the 5-door version and renamed it the Sportback, which is what we are driving today. I think all in, this car is definitely worthy of its super mini status, but let's take a look around it and actually see whether it's value for money and if it will cut the mustard with the competition. You're watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel, and if you've never seen us before, then feast your eyes for the next minute and a half on our little trailer video. If you've watched us before, you know the routine, guys. Skip to the review. I'll catch you in a minute and a half. This is how a car should sound. Listen to this.
I didn't really push it either. I was just having a bit of fun.
Oh, really?
So there you have it, guys. The Ferrari Roma, my birthday present. Here we go. We're going to meet the crew and hopefully get it to That's the real one.
I think it makes a good word.
Nice to see you. Show us your big chopper, your helicopter. So here we are, the Morgan Roadster, where we're here for the Swiss Watch Show. Hey guys, guess what? It's another morning here out in sunny France. The Audi A1 is the first step on the rung of the ladder for Audidom, so to speak. The first entry-level car into the Audi world. And it starts at around £22,400. There are 3 different trim levels available. There used to be 5, but the 3 now are the Sport, the S-Line and the Black Edition. The old Technik, which was your entry-level car, has been replaced by the Sport as the entry-level car, and the top-of-the-range Vorsprung, sadly, is no longer available. Audi A1s come in 9 different colours, so you've got plenty of choice. If you like white, then it's included in the price, no matter which trim level that you end up choosing. However, the other colours will start from around £575 each, so do bear that in mind. If you fancy a contrasting colour on the roof, then you will pay an extra £420. However, if you opt for the top of the range, which is called the Black Edition, that's included in the price. A1s get a number of different engine and gearbox configurations. Entry-level cars get a 3-cylinder 1-litre petrol engine that develops 94 brake horsepower. That's mated up to either a 5-speed manual gearbox or Audi's S-tronic 7-speed auto. And round at the back, the actual engine is dictated by the number on the right-hand side. So in this case, on the entry-level car, it'd be a 25 TFSI, and you'll see that around the back. That moves up, so as we move up to the next engine option, which is the same engine, believe it or not, but 108 brake horsepower, so it's slightly upped in the brake horsepower, but it will allow you to get a 6-speed manual gearbox or the same S-tronic 7-speed auto, but that will be the 30 TFSI, so you'll see that round at the back, and that will dictate that particular engine configuration. Finally, top of the range is the 35 TFSI, I'll get that right. Now that is a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine that develops 148 brake horsepower. That comes with that 6-speed manual gearbox, or you can get the S-tronic 7-speed auto. Sadly, the 40 TFSI, which used to be my favourite, the 2-litre engine, is no longer available in this range. There's a reason they call this the Sportback. because it's got a very sporty back. Check it out, how nice is this? It's a proper little hot hatch, this car, from the back at least anyway. You've got this roof spoiler going on here, it's got the grooves cut into it for the aerodynamics, you've got a brake light built in there. One thing I will mention, it's got privacy glass all the way around. This is the top of the range car, guys. This gets all the bits and pieces on it, so don't expect this on your entry-level car, but it does look really nice. One thing all trim levels get is a rear wash and wipe. You get that automatically. You also get these really nice cut-in LED tail lights as well. Down at the bottom, you've got this diffuser thing going on here. Again, really sort of sporty, very hatchy around the back there. I love it. No big fake exhaust anywhere. Let's take a look inside. There isn't any assisted tail lift on this, but the gas struts really do the work. No problem at all there. You weren't expecting electronic tail lifts on a little car like this. One thing you would be expecting are the stupid parcel shelves. They still put them in cars. I have no idea why, because when you're out, this car can be quite practical. So you're out and you suddenly get a call and it's one of the kids who wants to get the bike in here, or you've got a couple, a couple of dogs to go in here or something. You're gonna have to take this out because you can't get all that. And then 9 times out of 10, manufacturers seem to forget that when you've got one of these, what are you going to do with it afterwards? You can't just throw it in there like that. It's going to be in the way, or it's going to get broken, because these things cost a lot of money to replace. But this is the one thing I love about the A1 Sportback. Just lift up the boot floor there. You can just throw this in. You have to turn it upside down, throw it in there like that, and pop it back down again. That's what I want to see. That is absolutely what I want to see. Another thing which I love on this car, we're going to move this back out the way just for the moment. This car, you can get a space saver wheel in here, and you can get a little jack, and a wheel brace and stuff like that. Okay, space saver is an extra 100 quid, just 100 quid, and the jack and the bits and pieces you need to jack the car up to change the wheel is an extra 30 quid. Bit cheeky, Audi, bit cheeky. I'd supply that as part of the car price, but however, you can get it, because those stupid puncture repair kits, throw them out the window. They are completely and utterly useless, and I've tried them, so don't try telling me you don't know, AJ, you haven't got an idea. Yes, I do. Stuck in a car park at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to put stupid, gunky stuff in my tyre, ruined the tyre, and it never even pumped up anyway. So there you go, throw them away. Or if you've got money, if you're loaded like mate, you can get yourself a set of run flats. Easy. Then you don't have to get out the car. You can just drive it straight back to the garage and get them to change the tyre for you. But I do like the practicality of this car. 60-40 split on the seats, and you can do them from here. You can just pop them down, straight down like that, 1, and then just lean across and do 2 like that. You will easily get, there's 1,090 litres of space in there. When the seats are up, there's over 330 litres of boot space. It's a big car for a little car, if that makes sense. But I think this is sort of hitting that, although it was aimed at more younger people, this is a young family car. This is your first family car. This is the car that you want. It's got the space to get your mountain bike in there, or your gravel bike, or your fold-up kayak. The only thing it doesn't have is a 12-volt adapter to the back here. Disappointed. Again, Audi, you're penny pinching. Should have a 12-volt adapter to the back so you can plug in your little pump, and pump your bike tyres up, or pump up your kayak. But all in all, shopping bag holders either side. That's about it. It's plain, it's simple, it's nice and smooth. Hardly any lip here either. Lovely big gap to get things in and out. Quite high on your load level. Look, it's right above, almost up to my thigh there. If you're going to lift something up, you're going to have to get it quite high to get it over there. Invest in some plastic to go on your boot here, on this little bit of bumper at the back here. Otherwise you're going to scratch it. Dogs jumping in and out, push chairs going in and out. Get some sticky back plastic. Stick it on there. When it runs out, when it gets all horrible, and just tear it off and go and get another piece. Cost you like a couple of pounds at the end of the day. But all in, Audi A1 Sportback, practical, versatile, just a job. Let's check out what it's like in the back for the passengers, what it's like to get in and out of the car and the comfort levels with your A1. First up, you will notice the rake on this door. It's really good. That's going to make it very easy to get in and out. If you've got mum and dad in here, gran and granddad, they're going to be able to get in and out of this very easily. And also, don't forget car seats, kiddie seats, getting them in, so simple. We've got this big wide opening here, can easily slot them round. The only thing I've noticed with the Isofix points, these are the pulley outy ones that you actually pull right out. I hate these. I don't like Isofix points anyway. Lots of manufacturers now are producing them within the seat, so they're hidden in the seat and they just put a little marker where it is. But, Audi for some reason still produce these. I just think they're dangerous. If a kid gets hold of that and they chew them and swallow them, or a dog or a pet or something, either way, you could end up losing them. And then when you hand the car back or sell the car and you're one of these short or two, you're going to have to buy a whole new set. It's just, I don't see, you know, there could be something done about this. I'm not going to make a big deal about an ISOFIX points. One big thing I will make a big deal about, there is an ISOFIX points in the front of this car, so you can put a kiddie seat in the front seat on the passenger side. Brilliant. Don't forget to disable the airbag as well. You can do that on this car as well when you've got a kiddie seat in the front. Let's see what it's like to jump in and out. Well, you're going to have to duck a little bit because this car is a bit low. It is a micro hatchy type car. Plenty of leg room in here, as you can see. Get your feet right underneath. This is my normal driving position. Seats are very bulky in this, quite wide. One thing I did notice on the window on the back here, it comes down really nice and low. So if you do suffer from car sickness, you know, stuff like that, as long as that window comes all the way down and it can go just below your shoulder line, it's going to help a lot. And also looking out. But one thing I did notice, this black roof lining that they've got in here, it tends to make this car look a lot smaller than what it really is. I think a lighter roof lining would have made this car feel a lot lighter and bigger and area, if you know what I mean. But looking around comfort wise, you're not going to beat an Audi for a bit of comfort. The seats are really beautifully made. The white friendly surface in here as well, again designed for young children, ice cream spills, things like that. You've got recessed seat belts for moving about. You're going to get 3 people across here. There's no central armrest, there's no cup holder. I was a little bit disappointed in that. I thought you would have got that automatically. And also I've noticed there's nowhere to charge anything in the back here. So if you have got young kids in the back here, there's no USBs or anywhere to plug in. They're going to have to get extended leads and plug in up the front there. That's the only way you're going to do it, which is a bit of an inconvenience. But generally all round you've got these little headrests, nice and high in height in the car itself. But the actual seating position and the comfort, yeah, it's spot on. But generally I feel it's a bit basic. Entry-level Audi A1s, or sport trim as they are known, come with a decent set of 16-inch 10-spoke turbine-style alloys. Round at the back of the car, you get parking sensors to help you manoeuvre the car more easily. There's some really nicely designed front LED headlights that come with LED running lights. A pair of rain-sensing wipers on the windscreen, plus you will get foldy innie mirrors that heat up in the winter months. Inside up front, you get a pair of cloth upholstered sport seats that are really comfy. The car also comes with a DAB radio, you get Bluetooth connectivity, Android Auto, and not forgetting Apple CarPlay. All of this can be controlled using the steering wheel buttons for volume and channel change. There's a basic air conditioning climate control, plus there's plenty of driver's safety aids such as lane departure warning, a speed limiter, sign recognition. There's even a drowsiness monitor and not forgetting cruise control. You get a decent 10.25 digital cluster with an onboard trip computer, and also there's a couple of USBs to charge your phone when you're out and about. So as I said at the beginning of this little review, this is a luxury super mini that's fairly economical. I can tell you now, at 40.4 to the gallon running around, you know, urban, so to speak, I love that word, urban, I'm pretty impressed with this car. I've had it even higher than that. I've had it up at 46 to the gallon on a run, which is superb in anybody's terms, especially nowadays where, you know, fuel is so expensive. This car is such an economical little car. But at the same time, it also lives up to its reputation as a comfortable car. The Audi seats are just absolutely brilliant. They're so well bolstered, and you've got this lovely driving position. Audi know how to build a car for drivers, people who like to drive cars. It's just the seating position, the way everything is set up, it's around you, it's kind of focused on the driver itself. And I think that's where Audi score. And then even on this entry level into the Audi world car, that as I call it, it's nailing all the little bits and pieces as a driver's car. Great brakes. I've got a bit of a problem with this car though. It's got terrible turbo lag, absolutely appalling. You put your foot down sometimes. I was sat at the roundabout earlier on and put my foot down to accelerate up because there was a lot of traffic, and the car didn't go anywhere for a couple of seconds. It was like, and then it went. However, I've had it set in the efficiency mode, so that might have something to do with it, because you don't necessarily get the full bang for your buck that you would do, say, in the sport mode. There's 4 different modes on this car. The mode button's just down here in the middle. You can't miss that. If you push it, it comes up on your screen here. Very simple. Efficiency mode is your top mode. You can then push it again, you go down into an auto mode where the car will actually set itself up according to the road conditions and the way that you are driving. And then you've got the sport mode, so I'll push that down so we can see it. Dynamic, Audi call it, dynamic, not sport. And then there's an individual mode where you can actually set it up with all your favourite bits. So if you like a softer steering, you can change that. You can change the way the car picks up. So if it's winter time, you might want less pickup on the actual the engine itself pulling away. So there's lots of scope with it, and for, you know, a car that really is costing no more than, you know, BMW MINI, not a Super Mini, a BMW MINI, I'd say this car is nailing it when it comes to that. Generally, all round though, it's a beautiful car to drive. It's got that sort of look to it as well. When you're driving along, people actually look around and go, that's a nice looking car. It's got the versatility, we saw that. It's got bags of room in the back there as well. You can put the seats right down, well over 1,000 litres of boot space. I just think this is a very, very practical family car. But what I find very sad is the fact that Audi are not going to be making any more of these, because as of this second generation, Audi have said that they're now going to concentrate on bigger, more luxurious cars. This isn't their market anymore. I think that's a real shame for the A1 to be basically phased out over the next few years. And, you know, I wish it wasn't. I wish we still had it. What I would love is that 3-door version back again, because I think the original 3-door version of this was probably a slightly better car, albeit not as practical as this one, this Sportback that we're currently driving. Audi give a 3-year or 60,000 mile warranty with this car. You get a 12-year anti-perforation warranty with it, 3-year paint plan with it, so your paint's all covered, and you get a 1-year roadside assistance with it. You can up your warranty to 4 years by paying a little bit extra money, or even 5 years if you want to, but that would depend at the time of purchase. And I suggest when you go down for a test drive, you have a little chat with your Audi salesperson. They'll explain all the different bits and pieces, because there's a plan called an Audi all-in plan that I think is well worth looking into. So go down, give it a test drive and see what you think, because at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding when you drive any of these cars. I can wax lyrical about all the cars that we review, but it might not be for you. So you've got to get behind the wheel of one of these and see what you think at the end of the day. And I highly recommend you give the Audi A1 Sportback a good road test. I think you're going to find it very, very fun to drive as well. You've been watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment, because anything that you think, you know, that I haven't mentioned, or maybe you've bought one of these cars and you want to give us your comments on how you feel about the car, or any bits that I may have left out. So use the comment box for that, because that's where it becomes really, really worthwhile. And, you know, at the end of the day, if we get a conversation going about this car, then, you know, it can clear up a lot of different questions that people might want to ask. There's a subscribe button down there at the bottom as well. If you really like what we do and you want to see more of what we do, then subscribe. Why not? It's worth it. And don't forget, leave the little sign, the bell sign, unchecked, and then you'll get updates as and when we put videos up, because we do a lot of videos, and you'll get little updates to say there's a new video up, and you can go and have a look at that new video. One thing I'm going to ask you, and it's more of a personal favour than anything else, because if you could give us a thumbs up, I'd really, really appreciate it. We don't get a pay rise, we don't get any extra bonus, you know, if you thumbs up. But what we do get is a pat on the back from the boss to say, AJ, job well done. And it's not just me, there is an entire crew that put these videos together. Back in the good old days where it was just me and a cameraman, you know, that was probably different then. But now there's a lot of us put all this together. There's the edit crew as well, they're doing their bit. And it's nice, we get a thumbs up. It just, you know, tells the boss and the sponsors that you're happy with what we're doing, and we'll keep doing it for as long as you keep thumbs up in. So thanks for that. In return for that though, I'm going to offer you something. It's completely free of charge. There really is no strings attached to this. Head over to www.theplayer.co.uk. Get your hands on a copy of The Player, because we're not just a YouTube channel. We're part of a much bigger organisation called The Player. Now, The Player is a 220-page men's lifestyle bookazine. It's actually a full publication, comes out as a book. However, I can't give you that for free because they cost £100 each. They're very, very expensive. They're lovely, and if you want one and you want to spend £100, then head over to the website, as I said, www.theplayer.co.uk. It's coming up down here now. However, if you want the free version of that, also head over there and just put your name in and your email. That's it. I don't need to know your inside leg measurement, how many dogs you've got, or how many times you've been married. All I need to know is your name and your email. Stick that in, you can have a free copy of The Player. You can download it, you can watch it online, you can flick through the pages. It's 220 pages of everything us guys love. There's cars, there's boats, there's motorcycles, there's quad bikes, there's golf, there's interviews, there's holidays, there's spas, there's food, there's everything in there. As you can see, I've just flicked through the book there showing you it. So if you want to get that online version, head over to that www.theplayer.co.uk. I'll leave it up there for a few minutes so you can memorize it, and then it leaves nothing more for me to say than it's been fabulous test driving the Audi A1 Sportback, and I look forward to next week with something a little bit different and hopefully as fun to drive as this has been. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next week. This is AJ signing out.